Absolutely correct. That is the most severe sentence that could be delivered here at The Hague. Certainly for a lot of people, it will never be enough. Many people, of course, wanted to see him suffer the fate that many of their relatives did, and that was execution. Obviously, that's certainly not a sentence being delivered here at The Hague. Many people criticised the verdict as too little too late. This is 22 years, more or less, after Ratko Mladic was first indicted for those crimes. Just a few weeks, actually, after the Srebrenica genocide in July of 1995. But as you said there, he's been convicted of 10 of those 11 counts. Very crucially, count 1, he was acquitted, he was found not guilty, though the tribunal, with one dissenting opinion, found that although there were persecutions, there was extermination committed in those municipalities, what they were lacking and what the prosecution could not prove was that there was genocidal intent, and that was crucial, the intent factor in all of these charges. Now, of course, for all the survivors, particularly in those regions around Preidor, this was the last hope they had that anyone would be held responsible for genocide in an international court there, and their hopes have been dashed. They have waited since 1992, many of them, for a conviction, a serious conviction, the most serious one that any international court could ever hand down, and the prosecution has failed to prove its case on count 1. But as I said, on those 10 other counts, Ratko Mladic has been found guilty, much like his political advisor, Radovan Karadzic, and he's been sentenced to life in prison.
And Soraya, tell us, if you can, how the last moments of this verdict delivery actually played out. Mladic had originally asked if he could take a break to go to the restroom, but then was actually removed from the courtroom, shouting that this court is false. He was then given a blood pressure test that delayed the verdict's delivery, but then was he actually in court for those final moments? Was he there to hear this verdict and this sentence, the severe sentence of life in prison, read out?
No, halfway through the reading out of the summary of the tribunal, Ratko Mladic left the court. He requested a bathroom break and he didn't come back. What happened, according to his lawyer, he needed to see a doctor. He has problems with his blood pressure. Now, the judges said that that's all taken into consideration and it's quite fine for him to be seeing a doctor, but they would not delay the reading out of the verdict, which is what they did after Ratko Mladic left the courtroom. He was not there to face those victims and the survivors of genocide and those war crimes committed in Bosnia.